Right, we're about to go off-road driving. We've been invited down to West Wales by the West Welsh off-roading group. So we're going to go and do the Strata Florida again. It's a bit of a crazy thing. So we just got the Stig in the workshop, just checking a few things over because we want to be safe. And also there's a load of old Defenders and we don't want to look rubbish. So we thought, let's check the winch is working. Winch. So we got the car and we charged our remote control winch pack up. And we're having some problems connecting, and it seems like we're not the only one. So let me just go through. So when you power up the winch controller, it all powers up. Okay, and the winch. Now you should be able to click into the winch now. Okay, but nothing's happening, and we've got a red X up in that top corner. So we thought, let's put the ignition on. So let me go and start the car. We've got the workshop door open. Well done, Destiny. All right, so let's start him up. The red X has gone, so it knows the car is turned on. It knows but I'm not sure the way this worn winch works. I've forgotten. It looks like there's 5 bars there. Right, but let me try and go into the winch now, and it's still not having it. Right, so it's still not having it. So I'm thinking now. Reading the forums, it says that they can get into a pickle. So there is a winch reset button for resetting the remote wireless stuff, but it's hidden behind the winch. So the winch is here, you can see the winch, and it is actually on the back side of that, and it's got an indicator light that should be lit up green, but I've got no chance of seeing. Can you see? I can't see any green reflection in there. Maybe if I put a bit of white card down or something. Anyway, some people have said, look, this problem is happening. And what they've done is they've cut a hole in their mesh here so they can put their hand in and press the reset button. Now, some people are saying, well, that's a bit excessive. Right, let's turn this off. Right, let's give it a chance. It's still not having it. It's still not having anything. No. Right, let's turn him off. Right, so the first thing to try. Now you could disconnect your car battery, which is under the seat. But some people don't want to do that. I don't really know why. I don't think it's such a big deal. But you could, right. So let's go through a couple of things. So somewhere on your car, you will have one of these little magnetic antennas. Now, I don't think it's just essentially a bit of wire. So the antenna looks fine. There's nothing. Now I mounted mine on top of this little case here. So if you pop this little case off, you have got access to the power takeoff for the winch. So some people are saying, well, you could just use a 13mm socket and undo. Now careful, this will be battery life. So if your spanner or socket touches against the metal while you're on that, you're going to have fun and games in a horrible way. So just use your socket set carefully. There's no metal up here. This is all plastic. So I'm going to keep my hand round. I'm going to keep my hand around the socket, get that out the way as soon as I can. And I'm going to take the eyelet off here. If you got enough light there, do you want to grab the torch, Destiny? Yeah, right. So I'm going to just take that bolt off. Don't drop it, Simon. You don't want to be doing this in a muddy field, do you? Right, so it will come on. Right, so there we go. Let's keep that safe. Right, I'm going to put that in my back pocket. Look. Right, and then this is the main power lead. So when I lift that off, now obviously there's going to be no sparks because there's no real power going through it. So now the winch should be dead to the world. So by reconnecting this, that should reset the winch. It should all wake up again. Now bear in mind, so what have you got at the moment, Destiny, on there? Have you got your red X still? Right, so you got your red X, which is interesting because how has it got the red X? Because when we turn the ignition, hold on, now that's right, when we get power back to it, the X will disappear, right? So there we go, right, so there we go. So I've put that back on, but it will still be, because I've got the ignition off, it will still be, so let me just put that on. I'll just nip him up loosely for now, right. Okay, now I'm going to do him tight because I'm going to forget, and then I'll be winching and it'll all be getting hot and bothered. Let's just do it. All right. So that should have reset my winch. Careful with your spanner. Right, so there we go. There's my antenna. There's my winch. Right, there's my winch reconnected. So let's go and try and start it again. The red X is gone. So it knows there's power. So I know there's power going to the control module. That X, something's going on. But we still can't get into the winch, right? Try on your controller, Destiny. Still not having it, right? So let's try and do a repair. So here we go. So if I go into the maintenance one, just scroll along, hit select, and scroll along, and then hit select. And then it says you've got to hold the round button and that trapezoidal button there. Press and hold. And this is going to activate pair. And it says, are you sure? And then you have to go select to the toggle across this. And then it gives you this countdown. So we haven't got an X, so we think it should be in range. But I'm not sure if that's bars or a shadow of where the bars should be. But we're in range. We're nice and close to the antenna. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right, and then it's going to time out. So we've got no successful pairing. Now I did do a video of doing this when we installed the winch, so I'm going to have to look at my own video and see what should happen. But basically, we're a little bit pooped. So what do? Do we cut the front of the grille? Now some people are saying, wouldn't it be better? Is all this technology just a little bit complicated for like a winch recovery off-road situation? And right now I'm tending to agree with them. So what do? Right, let's watch my original video. But I think we might be cutting the front of the grille and trying to look at the light and press the reset button. But that must have reset it, and it knows an X and a not X. So let's have an investigate. Right, we just watched our own video on the infamous winch series, and the only difference we did was we activated the pairing without the ignition on, and then it gave you 29 to turn the ignition on. So here we go. So we're going to go into pairing. I'm going to press the 2, 1, 2, 3, toggle across to OK, click OK. Right, now let's turn the ignition on mid pair. Really? Oh, what sort of system is that? Let me turn this off. Right, what sort of system is that? You've got a sort of mid-pair turn your ignition on. I even reread the instructions and that wasn't ultra clear. So that was my fault. But what's Land Rover's fault is putting that winch reset button around the back. So let us know. Do you want me to do a video where I cut that winch out and get Zach to design a little plate that goes in? So if you've cut that out, you can make a plate that looks like, we could even put like winch on it, but gives you a sort of grillage of sorts. Right, are we all good? Are we ready to go off-roading? So now I've got to go off-roading. This is crazy. So what day are we on today, Destiny? Help me. Friday. So Friday, we're going to leave Friday. We're going to go off-roading down to West Wales. I've got a night in a hotel. It's my birthday, so my wife couldn't refuse such an opportunity. So we're going down to a hotel. We're going to go off-roading with the guys Saturday. I'm going to drive back Sunday. Then I haven't booked it yet. I might book a ferry to France Monday, which is bank holiday. Go over to France in the Mini that Destin and I have fixed the alternator on, but I haven't driven since. Then Tuesday, drive back in the Range Rover Classic so we can go to Gaydon next week. Whether that'll all work, that's a way too crazy plan, but there you go. You got to live life, haven't you? Right, winch sorted.